Okay, hello everyone. So, online students, can you hear me? I just shared the screen. Can you see the screen? Okay, today we are going to start advanced Java. Okay, we are going to start what? Advanced Java topics. Okay, so everyone, online students, can you hear me? Okay, see here today we are going to discuss about what are the topics of advanced Java and what is what you learned in the core Java and what you're going to do with అడ్వాన్స్ జావా టాపిక్స్ మీరు ఇది నేర్చుకున్నాక ఏంటి యూజ్ సో ఎట్లాంటివి ఇంకా నేర్చుకుంటే మీకు జాబ్ ప్రొవైడ్ బాగుంటుంది సో ఇవన్నీ ఇవాళ మనం చూద్దాం బిఫోర్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద డెప్త్ ఆఫ్ ద టాపిక్ సో ఫస్ట్ అడ్వాన్స్ జావా అనేసరికి ఏం టాపిక్స్ కవర్ అవుతాయి ఇందులో ఇన్ ద అడ్వాన్స్ జావా కోర్స్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు లెర్న్ అబౌట్ JDBC. Okay, this is the first topic you're going to learn in the advanced Java, JDBC. And then you are going to learn about servlets and JSP. In the JSP you will also learn about in something like JSTL and expression language also, so which includes in the through the JSP only you will learn all these things. So these are the topics you are going to cover in the advanced Java. So ఇవన్నీ నేర్చుకుంటారు మీరు. So first, when you are learning Java programming language, okay, you have joined for the full stack Java course or maybe advanced Java or core Java on a particular. So మనం అసలు జావా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఎందుకు నేర్చుకుంటున్నాం, వై వీఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ జావా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద మాడ్యూల్స్ వీ హ్యావ్. సో మనం పెట్టుకున్న పేరు ఏంటంటే కోర్ జావా, అడ్వాన్స్ జావా, స్ప్రింగ్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ అని వీ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ సమ్ నేమ్స్, but those are not actual terms, correct? So there are some modules in Java. Okay, so since Java is a platform independent language, what is a Java? Java is platform independent language. So since you already completed core Java, can anyone tell me from online or offline why we call Java as a platform independent language? అసలు జావాని ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ అని ఎందుకు అంటాం? Okay, we can compile once and run anywhere. Okay, ఇంకా see, we not like compile once, we can write once and run anyway. So platform independent అని ఎందుకు అంటామంటే, so on any operating system it works fine. ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది on any operating system? Suppose in any other programming language like C or C++, whatever the Java code you are writing, first you will write the Java code. So this Java code or the Java application, it will be given to the compiler. The compiler will convert into the bytecode. So it will generate a dot class file. So what will happen? We have something called in Java JVM, correct? Java virtual machine. So what this JVM will do? This JVM is dependent on the operating system, what you are working. So it will convert into operating system understandable language through what? Through the interpreter. Through the interpreter it will convert into the OS or the machine understandable language. That is the reason we say Java is a platform independent language. అందుకని మనం జావా ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ అంటాం. సో అంటే విండోస్ మీద ఒక అప్లికేషన్ మీరు డెవలప్ చేశారు, ఆ అప్లికేషన్ తీసుకెళ్ళి లైనక్స్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ మీద ఇచ్చినా కానీ ఇట్ షుడ్ వర్క్ ఫైన్. అవునా? కంప్లీట్లీ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ డిఫరెంట్ కదా. సో విండోస్ మీద డెవలప్ చేసింది లైనక్స్ మీద వర్క్ అవ్వదు, లేదా మ్యాక్ ఓఎస్ మీద ఇట్ వోంట్ వర్క్ అంటే దెర్ ఇస్ నో యూస్. Again we have to change some coding and it is difficult. Since Java is platform independent, whatever language you are using, whatever operating system you are using, it will work same because of the compiler and the interpreter mainly. Okay, so this you are learning about just the concept of why we are learning Java. We have so many features. Java will follow all the OOPS concepts. Okay, object class, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, encapsulation, all these topics are covered in the core Java. So the main importantly new things you will learn in the core Java apart from other C or C++ is you will see exception handling, and you will also see collection framework, and you will see wrapper classes, and you will see multi-threading. These are the important topics in core Java. Correct? So these are the topics you are learning something new. If you are learning C, C++, you will know about all conditional control statements, all these things, data types, everything. If you are newly learning also, it's fine. There is no prerequisite for learning Java. If you can start freshly without knowing any language, any other programming language. You can learn from scratch of the Java programming language. Now, as I said, how the Java is categorized? It is categorized into three modules. Okay, three. So, what are these? First one, Java Standard Edition. You will say J2 SE. And next you have Java Enterprise Edition, and next you have Java Mobile Edition. Correct? So ఈ స్టాండర్డ్ ఎడిషన్ అంటే ఏం నేర్చుకుంటాం మనం? What we will develop using Java Standard Edition. We will develop Java standalone applications. What we will develop? Standalone application. So standalone applications ante not just window based application, not only window based, you will use here core concepts. So this contains core Java plus JDBC. Core Java plus JDBC. So, but you will learn this JDBC in advanced topic, but to develop standalone application, you will learn core plus JDBC. So, you will develop a simple applications using this. Simple any applications. And Java Enterprise Edition. In the Enterprise Edition, you will be going to learn servlets, JSP, and all these things. Okay, and along with this you will also learn the frameworks. Okay, so framework like Spring, Hibernate, like this you will learn the frameworks here. Spring, and you will learn Spring Boot with Hibernate ORM tool. సో ఇన్ డీటెయిల్ వీ విల్ సీ. అంటే అసలు మీరు ఇది నేర్చుకుంటే మీకు ఏమొస్తుంది అనేది ఒక ఐడియా ఉండాలి కదా. సో ఇన్ ద ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ ఎడిషన్ యూ విల్ బీ డూయింగ్ దిస్ టూల్స్. సో దీని ద్వారా మనం ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ డెవలప్ చేయొచ్చు అండ్ వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ డెవలప్ చేయొచ్చు. అంటే విచ్ వర్క్ ఆన్ ద ఇంటర్నెట్, లైక్ యూ కెన్ డెవలప్ సమ్ బ్యాంక్ అప్లికేషన్స్, you can develop some any online websites, any ఇప్పుడు హర్ష ట్రైనింగ్స్ ఉంది, you want to develop some application, you can develop one simple application which will store data in the database and retrieve the data. And you will have micro edition or mobile edition where you are developing the Android related applications, where you will develop the Android related application, any gaming applications like that. So these are the three categories Java is actually divided into: standard edition, enterprise edition, and mobile edition. So like this we will categorize and we will learn. Now you are going to learn this advanced Java along with the framework. Means you will learn this, and along with this you will also learn the frameworks. So what frameworks you are going to learn? Spring, and you will also learn Spring Boot, and with Hibernate you will learn all these things. So what and all required for all these things you will learn. ఏమేం అవసరం అసలు అవి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోవడానికి అనేది కూడా మీరు నేర్చుకుంటారు. ఓకే, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్స్. సో వై వీఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ దిస్ Java or advanced Java or framework? Mainly to develop the applications. సో ఇవన్నీ నేర్చుకొని మనం ఏం చేస్తాం మ్యామ్ అసలు? we will develop the applications. Like what kind of applications? You will develop some web applications and enterprise applications. Like this you will be developing different mobile applications. Like this you will be developing simple and small applications and to pay the current bill, tax bill, వాటికి కూడా మనకి applications ఉంటాయి కదా. So that simple applications you can develop using standalone. Any big large scale industries, when you want to store any huge amount of data for the large scale industries, then you will develop the ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ ఆ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఏమంటాం మనం ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ అంటాం. ఓకే, సో లైక్ దిస్ ఇట్ విల్ కంటిన్యూ. సో మనకి ఇక్కడ సో వాట్ వి విల్ లెర్న్ త్రూ జేడిబిసి. అసలు జేడిబిసి అనేది ఎందుకు యూజ్ అవుతుంది మన అడ్వాన్స్ జావా టాపిక్స్ లో? ఓకే, సీ హియర్ దిస్ జేడిబిసి జావా డేటాబేస్ కనెక్టివిటీ. మీరు ఇప్పటిదాకా కోర్ జావాలో ఒక కోడింగ్ రాశారు, యూ రోట్ సమ్ కోడ్ like you are writing a multi-threading, exception handling and all. So in through this JDBC you will be able to connect to the database, to database. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎస్క్యూఎల్ నేర్చుకున్నారు, వాట్ ఈస్ డేటాబేస్ అనేది నేర్చుకున్నారు. ఓకే, దెర్ ఆర్ సమ్ పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ న్యూలీ జాయినింగ్ ఫర్ ద అడ్వాన్స్ జావా అనుకుందాం, దోస్ హీ డోంట్ నో అబౌట్ ద JDBC and database. So why we use database? Database అసలు ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తాం మనం? To store or retrieve or manipulate huge amount of data. అంటే మనం సపోజ్ ఒక 10-20 people ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ స్టోర్ చేయాలంటే విల్ స్టోర్ మాన్యువల్లీ ఇన్ ద బుక్. బట్ థౌజండ్స్ అండ్ ల్యాక్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ డేటా స్టోర్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి మనం? వీ హ్యావ్ టు స్టోర్ ఇన్ ద డేటాబేస్. ఆ డేటాబేస్ ఏదన్నా అవ్వచ్చు, ఇట్ కెన్ బి Oracle or it can be MySQL or like this Sysbase. ఇలా డిఫరెంట్ ప్రతి కంపెనీకి ఒక డేటాబేస్ ఉంటుంది, ఏ డేటాబేస్ అయినా యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. సో త్రూ ద డేటాబేస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్ we will store the data. సో ఎట్లా మేనేజ్ చేస్తాం? హౌ we will store? Through the SQL and PLSQL languages. So any database is going to use these SQL and PLSQL languages. Okay, those who already know it's fine, otherwise you will learn first this SQL and PLSQL basics. Ante advanced Java work cheyali ante there is no need to learn complete SQL and PLSQL, at least basics ochina chalu. So those who are joining for advanced Java without information of SQL PLSQL, they can have 1 day or 2 day session సరిపోతుంది, జస్ట్ క్వరీస్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి, జస్ట్ క్రియేషన్, ఇన్సర్షన్, సెలెక్షన్ చాలు. ఇంకా డెప్త్ గా నేర్చుకుంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే, సో దోస్ హూ ఆర్ వర్కింగ్, సపోజ్ మీకు ఒక ఆపర్చునిటీ వచ్చింది యాజ్ ఏ SQL డెవలపర్. సో మీకు బేసిక్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడింగ్ వస్తే చాలు, SQL PLSQL మీద మీకు డెప్త్ గా నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ గో యాజ్ ఏ SQL డెవలపర్ కింద వెళ్ళొచ్చు మీరు, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ ద కోడింగ్. సో అందుకని మీరు ఫుల్ స్టాక్ నేర్చుకోవడం వల్ల మీకు వచ్చిన అడ్వాంటేజ్ అదనమాట. సో కంప్లీట్ SQL PLSQL నేర్చుకుంటారు కాబట్టి ఛాన్సెస్ అలా వచ్చినా కానీ మీరు జాబ్ కి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. అంటే పర్టికులర్ గా కోడింగ్ బాగా టఫ్ గా ఫీల్ అయ్యే వాళ్ళ అట్లా SQL క్వరీస్ ఈజీగా ఉంటాయి కదా వెన్ కంపేర్ టు జావా కోడింగ్. సో అట్లా కూడా మీరు ట్రై చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఇన్ SQL PLSQL it is a common language used to store data into the database. మనం డేటాబేస్ లో డేటాని స్టోర్ చేస్తాం, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని రిట్రీవ్ చేస్తాం అండ్ మ్యానిపులేట్, డిలీట్ చేస్తాం, ఆర్ ఇన్సర్షన్ ఆర్ డిలీషన్ ఆర్ అప్డేషన్, ఇట్లా మనం డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డేటాని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో మనం ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంటే ఒక ఎంప్లాయీ ఉన్నాడు, లేదా ఒక యూఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ అబౌట్ వన్ స్టూడెంట్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఆర్ వన్ ఎంప్లాయీ డీటెయిల్స్. సపోజ్ ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఉంది, ఇలాగా జాయిన్ అయిన ప్రతి స్టూడెంట్ డీటెయిల్స్ స్టోర్ చేయాలి అంటే ఏంటి? స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి, నేమ్, అడ్రస్, మొబైల్ నెంబర్, మెయిల్ ఐడి, ఇవన్నీ స్టోర్ చేయాలి కదా. సో ఆఫ్టర్ 1 year if he comes, ma'am I have done only 6 months of course or few months, I have one course pending, please can you అంటే అసలు నిజంగా ఎన్ని అటెండ్ అయ్యాడు ఏంటి అని ఒక ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలి కదా మనకి స్టోర్. సో అట్లా మనకి స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు డేటాబేస్ లో త్రూ దీస్ లాంగ్వేజెస్. అంటే మనం దీనిలో కొన్ని కన్స్ట్రైంట్స్ కూడా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, కండిషన్స్ పెట్టుకొని యూనిక్ గా డేటాని మెయింటైన్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఎట్లా అంటే డేటా రిపీట్ అవ్వకుండా, ఐడి అనేది మనం యూనిక్ గా పెట్టుకొని డేటాని స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం డేటా ఏదైతే స్టోర్ చేసామో ఈ డేటాని మనం త్రూ మన జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా రిట్రీవ్ చేయొచ్చు. జేడిబిసి నేర్చుకోవడం వల్ల ఏమొస్తుంది మనకి, ఈ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లో మనం ఏదైతే డేటాని క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నామో, ఒక పర్సన్ ఒక స్టూడెంట్ ఉంటే ఆ స్టూడెంట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నామో ఆ డేటా అంతా కూడా మన జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా ఫెచ్ చేయొచ్చు. మీరు ఇప్పటిదాకా జస్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసి కన్సోల్లో అవుట్పుట్ చూస్తున్నారు అంతే కదా. సో ఈ జేడిబిసి నేర్చుకోవడం వల్ల మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ చేస్తే అది డేటాబేస్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. మీరు ఏ డేటాబేస్ అన్నా యూజ్ చేయండి, ఒరాకిల్ అవ్వచ్చు, మైఎస్క్యూఎల్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇంకొకటి అవ్వచ్చు. ఆ డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి ఇట్ విల్ కనెక్ట్ టు దట్ పర్టికులర్ డేటాబేస్ అండ్ ఆ డేటాబేస్ లో మన డేటాని రిట్రీవ్ చేయొచ్చు, స్టోర్ చేయొచ్చు, డిలీట్ చేయొచ్చు, మోడిఫై చేయొచ్చు, ఏదన్నా చేయొచ్చు అన్నమాట. సో మనకి జేడిబిసి అనేది ఒక బ్రిడ్జ్ లాగా హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ విల్ హెల్ప్ యాజ్ ఏ బ్రిడ్జ్ which will connect from our program to the database. Okay, so online students, is it clear? Okay, okay ma, sure. So using JDBC we will be able to connect to the database without any problem. See, suppose you want to store a student information. Suppose there a student will have a ID. Okay, suppose you consider a student will have what? ID you will have, name you will have, and the student will have address, and the student will have a mobile number. So what will happen? You want to store the information through SQL and PLSQL. You will store the information into the database. Now through JDBC, what you can do, when you execute the Java program, it will connect to the database. It will connect to the database and retrieve the information. It will connect to the database and retrieve the information. Okay, so what we discussed now, we saw how the Java modules are divided and what is core advanced Java topics are covered and what are the frameworks. And along with that, you will be also learning UI. What is UI? So in this, you will be learning the front end. See, now to develop any application, see, suppose if you see here, suppose there is a Facebook application. What is that? Facebook. So when you click on the Facebook page, you will have a login ID and password, correct? It will ask for your login ID and password. So every person will have a ID and you will enter password and you will click on the login button. It will open a new page showing your all activities. Your friends may post something. So how it is moving to that page? How to create this web page? Front end page, so that you will be learning through the UI, so learning this advanced Java along with this UI, you can develop such applications like Facebook or any applications you can develop. So when you are clicking this, what actually is happening? So using HTML or something, you will develop this page. So UI, I said front end application. So what and all you require for learning this? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And additionally, if you are learning for the complete full stack, you will also learn Angular JS, jQuery, or React JS. Like this, you will be learning. Using this all front end, you will be able to develop such applications. Not only Facebook, any bank applications, anything. Front page. You only using Java, you cannot develop this application. Is it possible? No. Java is for the back end. So completely you want to develop a front end page like this, means you have to learn UI along with the advanced Java. You have to learn UI. The UI will help you to learn, create a page like this. So just a page it will create. It is not going to check with the data. So when you enter, suppose you are entering some details here and you click the login button, what actually happens? There is a database for the Facebook, correct? So how we have a for an institute or a bank, there will be a database for the Facebook. So what it will do, it will check the user ID and password with the database. Is it already created or not? If it matches, means first, if you don't have any account, what you will do, you will click on the create new account. When you click on the create new account, you will provide the name, mobile number, password, everything, and you click on the sign up button. Then what actually happening, it will create table. So already one table is created with sign up details. In that all these details are entered. Correct? So we learned how to create a table in SQL. So with that, we will be creating a table. So when you click on the sign up button and provide all these details, what will happen? It will store in the database. Next time when you click this button, you provide the details and click on the login button, what will happen? It will open your page. So first time when you're coming, you will click on the create new account, you will provide details and you will click on the sign up button. Then it will connect to the database and it will store all your information. Now how it is connecting, how it is storing, that is done with your JDBC. That is done with your JDBC. That is Java database connectivity. That is done with your database. Is it clear? So whenever you are any application you see, bank application or any Facebook or Flipkart or Amazon, or nowadays for shopping sites are there, grocery sites are there, Jepto, Blinkit, Zomato, anything you create, any application you create, everyone will ask you to register first. So when you register, they will save your details. Where they are saving, everyone is having their own database. So there it will store. So first you will save, you they will ask your address, and according to that, when you book some groceries, they will deliver to you. How this all happening? It is connecting to the database and it is retrieving the information. So for that connectivity, we have to learn this JDBC. Understood? So like this, you will connect to the database and develop. And next, after the JDBC, you are going to learn what? Servlets. So what is the servlets and JSP? These are server side technologies. What are these? Server side. So with HTML, you're going to develop some application like this, correct? So when you're entering data, it is connecting to the database and it is retrieving the information. For this, we require a server. If it is a window based application, we don't require server. It has to connect through internet, through the server to the database. Means uh, you are here and you can connect to the application on the internet from anywhere, correct? The application is need not be on your mobile only. You can be on laptop or anywhere. If you are creating one application or one account on Zepto, or let us say you want to go from one location to another location using Ola or Uber apps, wherever you go, you will on your location, you will book cab and you will go from one location to another location. So for that, we need a server to connect to the database. So for that, you will be learning through the servlets. So the servlets and JSP will help us for connecting to the database and developing the applications which will work on the server, like server side technologies. Means in the servlets, we will combine the Java, JDBC and UI. All together we'll put and we will develop a application. So what we will write in the servlets, you will write the JDBC code, you can write the HTML code also, and you will write your Java basic code also, and anything required, and you will connect to the database. Means you will follow the MVC architecture like model, view and controller. So we'll see in detail how we are doing that. And again, JSP will simplify your coding. So using first you will learn servlets. Servlet is having lot of code. When you combine HTML inside Java code, means it is having lot of coding. But some people we will feel difficult to write lot of code. So JSP will simplify the code of servlet. Ma'am, when we it is simplifying JSP, why to learn servlets, na? It's not required, right? But what JSP will do, JSP will internally convert the code into servlet only. As a programmer, we will reduce our code of writing, but JSP will internally convert into servlet. So we will use both when writing the application. Okay, so like that JSP will help. JSP is more of HTML coding, and it will be easy to embed our Java code. Embed our Java code. In that you will learn all these expression language and JSTL also. Okay, these are few topics of the advanced Java, and you have one more topic called frameworks. So in this frameworks you are having Spring, Spring Boot, and Hibernate. See, suppose when you are having lot of time, and it will servlets and JSP are taking lot of time to develop and write the code. And when you are learning JDBC, you have to write lot of coding for SQL also, creating, establishing connection. I said JDBC will connect to the database. For connecting to the database, we have to first register, establish connection. Like that, so many steps we have to follow. We will see in detail tomorrow, like what JDBC is actually doing. But it is a long process. We will learn that first. Learning frameworks will simplify that work. What it will do will simplify the work. This Hibernate will simplify the JDBC code. Using Hibernate, you need not register driver, you need not establish, you need not write query, and worry about the syntax. This Hibernate will take care of all those things. You will just process the result. You will write process. Then again, why we need to learn JDBC is Hibernate is also using JDBC only. Whenever you are writing Hibernate code, it internally uses JDBC only. So first, it is very important to learn JDBC before learning the Hibernate. So before learning core Java or anything, you prerequisite is nothing. But to learn advanced Java or frameworks, you need to know about core Java. The information about core Java is compulsory. Without knowing core Java, it is difficult to understand advanced Java and Spring frameworks, because here we will write in all the codings. If you have seen, first we learned exception handling, correct? After learning in multi-threading and collection frameworks, we are using exception, try, catch, block, throws, everywhere we are using. In the same way, when we are establishing connection through JDBC, servlets, JSP, we will use this exception handling everywhere. Whenever we get a chance or doubt of raising exception, we will use try, catch, blocks. Whenever we want some synchronization concept to be applied, then we will use thread safe, correct? What is synchronization in Java? So the thread will share the memory, and it will wait until thread 1 completes, then only thread 2 will start execution. So all these things will be implemented in the advanced Java. So to learn advanced Java, core concepts are required. So you will learn and you will come and do all these projects. And along with this, you by the time you complete advanced Java, we will develop one application like a bank application. So by the time you complete your core advanced Java, we will be developing some application, maybe bank or any shopping application or anything. So how you will see, like this, we can develop one application. Suppose you want some HDFC bank. If you see HDFC net banking or something, or login page, so you can develop some web page like this, so where it will ask the user ID and password. See, some image is fixed, and when you enter, what will happen? It will show your balance. Okay, if you open any bank website, what it will show? It will show your balance, and it will show your, like, if you want to transfer, then select one option. If you want to send money from one to another, you can send one option. If you want to add a beneficiary, you can add. And if you want to see your statement, account statement, you can click on one option. Like that, you will see multiple options, right? Like your balance and withdraw your statements and all. Like that, we will create application. And when you click on with account transfer from one account number to another account number, it has to transfer money, not like a simple front page. After learning all these things, we'll develop a real time application where it will deduct from your account and it will enter into your friend's account. Means not actual real your account. Here we will create in database one tables. We'll create tables for all bank. So whatever the account information, your bank user information, we'll create all the tables and we will store. So when you click send money, then what happen, it should ask first account number to whom you have to send, and you will provide the account number, and then when you click send money, it will transfer money from your account to another account. Means in the table it will deduct. Okay, these all things we will learn through the advanced concepts. So we will develop such application by the end of your course. Okay, so now for advanced Java you will require 1 month. Means for JDBC, servlets and JSP you will at least require 4 weeks to complete. Okay, and along with that, to complete Spring, Spring Boot and Hibernate, you will at least require 2 to 3 weeks. Means we have to develop application, right? Not just learning the concepts and all. Along with learning, we have to also see one real time application. So I'm telling, so along completely you will be learning. It will take a time of 6 weeks to 7 weeks at least. Okay, that is the duration that you have to spend for your advanced and framework. So what is the duration you have to use for it? For the course duration will be almost 6 weeks. Okay, one or plus or minus it will be according to that you have to do. And by this you will be learning some real time applications you will be able to do. You will be developing some real time application. Okay, so far did you understand? So there are some new joinees also. So I'm asking like what is advanced Java, what you are going to learn in the advanced Java, and what are the topics that covered in course Java. These all just I gave you a glance before going into the depth of subject, because it is important to know what we are going to gain after completion of this course, how we are going to get the jobs on what topics. If there is someone asking for core and advanced, you can apply with this SQL. If there is only for the front end also, you can apply like this. So is it clear everyone? So do you have any doubts on this till now? So if you have any doubts, you can please let me know. Are you able to follow? Am I very fast or anything? You can just tell me. I can be little slower. Clear. Okay. Jayesh, I think you're new. Is it clear? Jayesh, is it clear? Okay. Shara, Sai Tej, I think rest of them are old. Okay. Okay. So I'll just tell you what is JDBC and how we are developing on it. Just some information on this. So as I said, Java database connectivity, why it is useful? It acts as a bridge between your Java application to the database. So this JDBC is providing one standard API. What is API? application program interface. Means when you are connecting to the database, you need the packages, right? See, suppose మీరు system.out.println you want to work, you want to write, package has to be imported because lang is default package. You don't import it, you can work. You want to use scanner, then you have to import the package of java.util. Without that it won't work. So these all packages or interfaces or class are provided with what? JDK. When you install JDK, you get JRE, JVM, everything along with the APIs required for your Java program. In the same way, when you want to connect from your application to database, we also need some APIs, right? We are doing something new than Java. We are using Oracle. Want to go? No. So now for that connectivity, so we need to import a package. What is that package? Is java.sql. Java.sql package. So to work with that SQL package, to import that and work, we have to download the jar files. What we have to download? Jar files. So the jar file is OJDBC. What is that? OJDBC jar file. Okay, so you can download it from the internet, any version. JDBC you will have 14.jar or 8.jar, like this you can have. You can just download it. So when you're downloading Eclipse only, you might get it, but otherwise you can download it. So in the coming classes, we will see how to configure this jar file for our Java application. Without configuring, if you're writing SQL query, it won't work because it has to understand, right? If you are not installing JDK, can we write Java programs and execute? If you say Java C filename.java, okay, will it know Java C command? No. Since you are installing JDK, what Java C should do is defined in that, so you are able to work. In the same way, you have to import the package SQL, and to work with the SQL, you have to configure the jar file. So as of now, today, you can just download it and keep it, so that in coming classes, I will tell you how to configure this with your Java program. Okay. As I said, it is a set of standard API where we can manage the database and also how it will happen. You will write a Java program. Through this API, you will connect to the database. So this JDBC API will provide all the related classes, interfaces, methods, everything which help us to connect to the database. Okay, so for that we need to download the jar file. You need to download the jar file. When you're working with servlet, we have to download some more jar files, but as of now you have to download the jar file. Okay, which this will provide all the related APIs for your connection to the database. Is it clear, everyone? So you can just go here and you can type like OJDBC jar or any file you can mention. Then you will get like this, and you can download from the site. So whatever and all you want, you can download. See, where you just check with the operating system, what operating system you are using and what you want. So you can download according to that. When you click on that, you will be downloading. So what versions it is supporting, just check. So if you're working with JDK 17 and all, you can download this. Okay, so just check and you download this. When you click this, it will be downloaded. So since I already downloaded, it is available in the downloads. Okay, OJ. OJDBC, like this I you will have. Okay, so this jar file will be there. We will configure this. Okay, you no need for installing this anything, just download it and keep. We will copy and paste it in our Java jar files. Okay, how to build that we will see in the coming sessions. Okay, I will try to like print screen and paste it so that you will know from where you have to download this. So throughout your session, as we saw, like all the steps for downloading and configuring, I'll provide the screenshots. So how we are connecting, configuring like this, I will during the session, whatever we are doing, I will provide the screenshots. So after when you are trying to do in your laptop, if you get some doubt also, you can check the screenshots and work on it. Okay. So is it clear for everyone? So using JDBC or in the advanced Java, we are learning first JDBC. Tomorrow we will see what is JDBC and what are the topics covered in JDBC and how to establish connection. We will not see about configuration and program directly. Initially, there is so much to learn in advanced Java. Like that is completely new thing you're learning. So you will first have to know about what is JDBC and what are the steps required for connecting to the database. That in depth we will learn, and then we will go to the programming. Okay, so as of now, we require JDBC for establishing connection from our application to database. This JDBC will work as a bridge between our application and the database. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Okay. Okay, fine. We'll continue in the tomorrow session at 5 o'clock. So please attend it. Those who are attending new, you can just message to the concern that you have attended the demo session so that they will send you the notes and everything every day for till you complete the demo sessions. Okay. So anyone have any doubts? Anything you need to know about the course or the contents, you can ask me now. Okay, we'll continue. If no doubts, we'll continue in the tomorrow's session. Thanks for attending the session.